While the United States and Iran lead heavy and nervous negotiations, Washington apparently is not wasting time and is simultaneously continuing to prepare for a much harsher scenario. This is no longer just about diplomacy and economic pressure, but also about a possible military option against Iran. Against this backdrop, reports of a mass transfer of American military transport aircraft to Turkmenistan have truly surprised many today. Information appeared on the internet and social networks that American military transport aircraft C-17 Globemaster III and C-130 Super Hercules allegedly made a landing on the territory of Turkmenistan, at a point located approximately 300 kilometers from Tehran. At the same time, it is important to emphasize, large Western media resources and official structures of the Pentagon do not yet confirm this information. However, the lack of confirmation itself should not surprise anyone. Turkmenistan is one of the most closed countries in the region, and obtaining reliable information about military activity from there is extremely difficult. Any information appears with a delay, in fragments, or in the form of leaks altogether. But if these reports are nevertheless confirmed, for Tehran this will be truly bad news. And the issue here is not even the fact itself of the appearance of American aircraft in Turkmenistan, although even this alone will be an unpleasant surprise for many in Tehran. The main intrigue is elsewhere, in exactly what planes these are and what threat they carry for Iran. Now it will become clear why this detail worries most of all. The fact is that the types of aircraft themselves which are being discussed speak of much. C-17 Globemaster III is a strategic, heavy military transport aircraft, combining immense payload capacity with the possibility of tactical paratrooper dropping. It is capable of transporting up to 102 paratroopers in full gear, and also performing the dropping of heavy equipment on parachute platforms, including combat vehicles and artillery. This is no longer just logistics, but a tool for rapid deployment of forces. But the C-130 Super Hercules aircraft should alarm Iran much more. This is not an ordinary transport plane, but a real workhorse of the United States of America Special Operations Command. Its main purpose is the covert insertion, supply, and evacuation of special forces groups deep in the enemy's rear. The aircraft is equipped for dropping paratroopers and cargo from both low and high altitudes, is capable of operating at night and in difficult weather conditions, and is also equipped with advanced navigation and self-defense systems. It is precisely such boards that are used where active air defense work is expected. If one looks at the situation soberly, it becomes clear. The presence of such aircraft in Turkmenistan sharply expands the capabilities of the USA in the event of an attack on Iran. And the reason here is not only in technology, but also in geography. Turkmenistan is a special point for Iran. Firstly, a direct and long land border. Secondly, minimal depth of defense for Iran in this direction. Thirdly, extremely short flight time. Flights from Turkmen territory would mean that the warning about the takeoff of an aircraft practically disappears. The window for the operation of Iranian air defense is sharply reduced, and part of the defensive logic built over the years is simply reset. For the Iranian military, this is one of the most unpleasant and dangerous scenarios. Of course, many may object. Turkmenistan has for decades emphasized its neutrality and is unlikely to decide on such a step. But in practice, everything is far from so clear-cut with this neutrality. History already knows examples when Ashgabat assisted American forces during the operation in Afghanistan, providing logistical and transit opportunities. Formally, neutrality did not go anywhere then, but in fact, it did not become an insurmountable barrier. Moreover, it is precisely this that is pointed out by publications of the Times of Central Asia, where a strange and classified visit 2 months ago by a high-ranking American military official, Daniel Driscoll, to Turkmenistan is analyzed in detail. This visit passed practically without public comments, but, according to the publication's version, was related to issues of military infrastructure and security. Versions have long been circulating in the expert community that Americans have long been participating in the modernization and preparation of individual airfields on Turkmen territory. And clearly, this is happening obviously not to increase the tourist flow to one of the most closed countries in the world. At the same time, it is known that such actions of the American military on Turkmen soil previously caused a harsh reaction and protests from the Russian Federation. All this adds up to an extremely disturbing mosaic. Perhaps part of the reports will indeed turn out to be an exaggeration or disinformation. In the end, it becomes clear. Not everything is so clear-cut, and judging by what is happening, in the confrontation between the United States and Iran, we may still see many unexpected surprises.